Real Estate Show is brought to you by American Real Estate Media, the country's top consumer-oriented media company, bringing you all the greatest resources and latest information in all things residential real estate. Now here's your host and answer man, Barry Miller, along with consumer guy Larry Stanley.
Hello, everyone. Happy 2020. We are here following a wonderful show. For this year, the buzzers are out. And again, we're going to speak with the top expert on selection of agents, because more than ever in the Denver market, it's critical. But you know what? It's critical everywhere, isn't it, Larry?
It certainly is. Don't take everything that you read and hear as the correct answer to all problems, because they're not.
No, and you're going to hear data today, but right now you're going to hear from an expert, Kathleen Chiras. Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to Barry and Larry and our listeners.
Ah, you bet. Our great listeners, they're with us again. A wonderful year. I've been talking to a handful of listeners just already this year, thanks to their texts and their calls into our office. But Kathleen, you have a message that you want to share with our listeners, because you know the importance of what's going on and the critical, the most vital, significant step that consumers take once they decide to become a buyer or a seller is the selection and then the hiring of a top real estate agent.
Absolutely. It's so important to have several choices, to interview several agents and find out what is the best fit for you. It is often so important to not be emotionally swayed by a good friend or your mother's cousin or something like that, and to find an objective, good fit for you as a buyer or a seller.
It is, with already nefarious activities taking place in a somewhat organized fashion against sellers, to say, oh my gosh, prices are nowhere near where they were before. Oh, the hot Denver market is not hot anymore, indicating that it's cold. You know what? The data is there that it continues to be a strong market, and quite strong. So be careful of the buzzers out there who want you to list at a lower price so that the home could sell sooner and that they get a commission sooner. But the problem with that, Larry, is the sellers don't make the money they were entitled to in the first place. And this is where Kathleen is there always to get a top-notch seller agent anywhere in the country. Kathleen, we have some new listeners today in this new year. Share how your services are so critical and what you do and the cost of your service. Let's be upfront about the cost of the service to the consumer.
Well, I have a free service to consumers. It does not cost consumers anything at all to call me, get a list of top recommended agents that we have been vetting over 20 years. So we are looking for agents that are truly in the field, in the place of looking to protect the best interests of their buyer or seller. If they don't, then they aren't on my list.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. You've been nice as an agent, not only nice with this Santa Claus, with Kathleen Santa Claus. She insists that the agents are top flight, that they remain top flight. You continue to vet us. I am one of those agents, happy to be, but you continue to vet us almost transaction by transaction in case we slip. You know if we slip downward, and then you take us off your list.
Well, fortunately, you still are.
I understand. I'm glad that. I'm very glad.
So it's just so important that the consumer's interests are taken care of, and it helps to have a third-party oversight like our service that is watching, following up. We call the people that we recommend these agents to. We ask them, how's it going? We ask the brokers, how's it going? We listen for the proper professional type of service that we expect. We have a very high bar.
High bar, and it stays high through time. Let's see, how many years now, Kathleen?
It's been over 20.
Yeah, see, over 2 decades, over 20 years, not only year in and year out, month in, month out, week in, week out. Kathleen continues to have that high bar of standards. It continues to be beneficial to you. So if you're looking for an agent, a buyer agent, anywhere in Arkansas, if you're looking for a buyer agent in California, you need a seller agent in Aspen, Kathleen is the person you call. I want to give your number out now, Kathleen, because we promoted it so I think properly, the information that you give already today. But Kathleen can be reached, and I hope you heard that word. Her services are absolutely free. No strings attached. Nope, she's there to help you, the consumer, at 303-758-4040.